Hi everyone, today I'm going to be playing Oh My Goods, formerly known as Royal Goods, and let's just get right to it. So I'll start off with a little explanation, and if you'd like to get straight to the game, I'll put a link on the screen for you to do that. So in this game, we are going to be building buildings, trading goods, making production chains, hiring assistants, all the sorts of things to basically try and get the most victory points and win the game. How do we do this? Well, we will have a hand of cards, and these are all multiple use cards. They will be played at various points in the game for either the resource here and nothing else, or as the building that they represent, and they have a cost to put out and are worth a certain number of victory points, and then are going to do all sorts of different things. So in the game, we have a nice little turn order thing here. So the first stage is we can pick, do we want to keep our hand? You can discard your entire hand and draw a new one, but you can't keep any of it. It has to be the whole hand. After each of us has decided that, we then get to draw 2 new cards from the deck. Then we have phase 2, which is Sunrise. So the active player will draw cards from the deck in Sunrise until he finds 2 of these sun symbols. So you see right there, I have done that right now. So that is the first part of Sunrise. And now, simultaneously, we decide where we want to work. At the start of the game, you're only going to have 1 building, so it's not a big decision. But later on, you'll have a lot of buildings, and your 1 worker will need to be placed very kind of strategically. So I only have 1 building to put the worker in, so I can either have him work efficiently and he will produce 2 goods in this char burner, but to produce it all, we're going to need 2 stone and a wood. And these resources can come from the central display here, so the wood is taken care of. No stone has come out there. It can be taken care of from my hand, but at the moment I only have 1 stone, so maybe I would have wanted to get rid of my hand and try and draw some more stone, or I could play my worker this way up and I could work sloppily. So this lets me have a 1 resource discount, so by playing the 1 stone from my hand and just having the wood available there, I could produce 1 good. But there are going to be more cards drawn here, I don't know what, so I could push my luck and hope that another stone is going to come out, at least 1 more stone, because I can pay 1 from my hand, or I can play it safe and I will definitely be able to produce 1 good. Now, if you don't get the right resources, you just don't produce anything. There's no penalty for it, but you are kind of wasting a turn. So that's one thing we need to decide in phase 2. Then we decide which building we would like to build. And so I don't really have many buildings I could build. We start off with 7 goods on this char burner, and they are each worth a money each. So I could maybe put this face down here. It needs 8 to build, and hope that I produced. And then we would do the sunset. So the same again, basically. Draw from here until we find 2 suns, and there we go. I revealed no stone. So if I had gone for efficient, I would produce nothing. I went for sloppy though, so I can give up this stone along with the wood from the display, which doesn't go anywhere. And I would produce 1, so I would draw from the top of the deck, place that on my char burner. I now have 8 on there. Then we reveal the building. I'm paying 8, so that's all of my goods from the char burner would go away. But now I've built this, so in future I could place my worker here. Instead of building, you can hire an assistant. To do that, you need to pay the cost on here, and you need to have certain colours of buildings already built to be able to do this. So in this game, there are all sorts of different ones, and they're all 2-sided, so it's going to be very different each game. So in this game, these colours have come out. Once you've hired an assistant, you decide which building it goes underneath straight away. And then in the future, in phase 2, when we decide where the worker is going, you can pay 2 coins to move your assistant to another place. They can't work sloppily, but they will produce 1 without your worker needing to be there. So they can be a nice way of producing more and earning some extra points. When a building produces, so this char burner produced, even though I worked sloppily, when the building produces, you can use the production chain of the building. And this doesn't help me at the moment because I had no wood, but say I had some wood in my hand, some green cards. Since the building produced, I can now give up as much wood as I like, and it goes straight on the char burner. This would happen before I did the buildings, of course. For a more complicated one like this iron smelter, if I activated this normally in a round, I could give up a stone from my hand, like this, and if I did, and I have a coal, I can move the coal from the char burner to the iron smelter. And now it's gone from being worth 1 on the char burner to 3 on the iron smelter, together with the stone from my hand. But you can only do that if you activated the building. And I think that is basically it. The end of the game is triggered when somebody has built 8 buildings. After that, we have one more round, and in that round, every building has a production chain that you can use. Whether it was activated or not, you can use the production chain of every building to try and basically upgrade your goods as far as you can get them. And then, at the very end of the game, you can pay 5 coins per point. Then we add up all the points from the buildings, the points from the money, and the assistants, and whoever has the most points wins. And I think that's it for the explanation, so let's get on to the game. So I am all ready to start now. I have my char burner stocked up, so this is what I am starting the game with. I have some kind of cheap buildings, so I effectively start off with 7 money. There's 7 goods on here, they're all worth 1 each. So I don't think I'm going to discard my hand. Let's have a quick peek at Marty's. He's got some cheap stuff, so he'll keep his. Oh yeah, I'm playing with Glass Marty again, the return of him. And so we each get 2 more cards. So that's the end of phase 1. I've got some very, very expensive cards. There's no way I'm going to be affording them. So I'm the active player. It's sunrise. Let's see what's going to be available in the market today. So we have a wood, stone, the wood, no sun symbols yet. We keep drawing until we find 2 sun symbols. Wow, this is going to be a ridiculously productive day. There's one. Wow, there we go. And of course, this could just be 2 cards. If you just happen to draw 2 cards that just have 2 suns on, there's not going to be many resources available. So unfortunately, all we have to produce though is the char burner. But hey, it's almost certainly going to produce, right? So now, before we see what's coming out in the sunset phase, we have to decide where the work is going. There's only one place for it to go. But do I want it to work efficiently or sloppily? I think I'm going to go for efficiently, because I need 2 stone and a wood to make this work. There is a wood and a stone here already, so I am kind of pushing my luck a little bit, hoping another stone will come out here for me to use in the sunset phase. But if not, I have got one in my hand that I can pay as the stone. I also have a little bit of wood that I could put down here as a production chain. But with that in mind, what am I going to build? I have to put something, well, I don't have to, but it makes sense to put something face down to build. I think I would like, let's put this cattle ranch down. Or maybe, no, let's go for the brick manufacture. It's going to cost 5, so I'm definitely going to be able to afford it. And so that is my phase 2. Let's see what Marty's situation is. So he needs hay and wood. So he's in the same situation as me. He's got the wood is fine, but he's only got 1 of the hay there. He has got another one in his hand. He's got 2 in his hand, in fact. So I think he is going to produce efficiently as well. And then he could make, this mill is very, very cheap. Or he could, I think he's going to build this market office. And this is nice. This isn't a normal building that can produce anything. But when we draw cards at the start of rounds in future, he is going to get to draw an extra card every round, which is a very, very useful power indeed. So that is our choices made for step 2. Step 3, sunset. Let's see what comes out. And we have a wood, 3 straw, so Marty's not going to have to pay anything. Luckily for me, a stone. So there's 2 more suns. We stop there, and that is what's available in the market this round. Quite a lot of stuff. So now we move on to step 4 and see what we produced. So I decided to produce efficiently. I needed 2 stone and a wood. There is 2 stone and a wood available there, so I don't need to pay anything. So I produce 2 charcoal there. And if I want to, I can give up some wood from my hand to turn into charcoal. And I think I'm going to give up both of these. And I'm going to place them on there. So now I have got 11 on there, I think. And then we reveal what I'm building. I am building this, so I need to pay 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And my brick manufacturer is now built and ready to use next turn if I want to. Marty, he decided to produce efficiently as well. He got the resources he needed, so he is going to get 2 as well. And he doesn't care about spending cards at all because he's going to get to draw more cards. And as you can see, these are ridiculously expensive for this stage in the game, so he has no problem giving them up for charcoal. He is building his market office, which is also going towards one of these 2 assistants. My brick manufacturer, on the other hand, is going towards this assistant. Hopefully I'll be able to grab that first. So he needs to pay 6 for this market office. 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's the end of the round. So Marty is now going to be the active player. We get rid of all of this from the market display, and we are ready for round 2. So we first decide, do we want to keep our hands? Now, I think Marty's happy with his hand. He has the straw that he needs there to be able to make that building produce. I'm quite happy as well because I need stone, I need bricks if that activates. I haven't got any wood, unfortunately, but I think this is an okay hand to have. I also have more red buildings, so I can hopefully build towards hiring this assistant. So we're both okay with our hands, I think. So now we draw cards. It's 2 each, but because of Marty's market office, he's going to get to draw 3. And that's it for phase 1. So phase 2, let's do the sunrise. And we have, there we go, straight away, that is only 3 things available. So we have a wood and 2 cloth here. So what are we going to do? In my hand, I have 1 stone. I do have a wood that I could give up, and I have a clay I could give up. I think I'm going to try and produce sloppily here, because then I'm only going to need 2 wood and a stone. I might have to give up the wood and the stone, but then I could give up a clay to be able to upgrade this as well and get some money. And my building is going to be this cattle ranch because it's another red and it's kind of cheap. But hopefully some more resources will come out here that will mean I won't have to spend quite so much. Marty, he isn't too happy because he wants straw to come out, but he has got it in his hand. He is going to produce efficiently again. Okay, let's see what happens in sunset. So, oh dear, there we go. A very, very short market phase this turn. So that's all we have available. Let's come over to our buildings. So I needed 1 stone and 3 wood. I think I'm going to give up this wood and have the discount on the stone. So I'm going to give up that wood to make this building produce. It produces 1 because I produced sloppily, and I can give up a clay, which I'm going to do, and I can turn a charcoal into a brick as well. So now I have 6 money of brick on there. As for my building, this costs 6, so let's just get rid of all of that. And now I have a cattle ranch, which means next round I can potentially grab an assistant. But I don't have very many cards in my hand. Marty, he went for efficient production, which means he is going to have to pay 2 hay from his hand. He has the wood sorted out there, but he is going to produce 2. And I think he's going to give up this wood as another good there. And, oh, he didn't build anything. Surely he wanted to build something. Oh dear. Let's have him build. Can he afford this market office? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He is going to build this market office. So he's got another grey there, although he is going to fall behind on production buildings, and that's all of his goods. I'm not sure if that's a good idea. Okay, So that's Marty done. And I think we're ready for the next round. So let's see. Do I want to keep my hand? I like having that stone, and it is a market office that's going to provide a clay, but I don't necessarily need clay. I think I'm going to give up on my hand and draw a completely new one. Okay, that's a little bit better. And Marty, does he want his hand? It's not very useful to him at all, so he's going to get rid of that and grab a new one. And then we draw 2 new cards, but 3 for Marty because of that market office. And building that gives him a permanent +1 to wood in the market. It can't be used as a production chain, but when he is producing, he gets an extra wood. So that's phase 1. Let's do sunrise. Okay, so there we go, quite short. We have a stone, clay, and a hay. So what would I like to do? So no wood has come out, and I only have 1 wood on here. I do have the resources to be able to produce cattle efficiently, so I would produce 6 money there. These market offices, though, do not really benefit me. I'm going to not put a building down, and I'm going to hire an assistant this round. That's my plan. Marty, he doesn't have any resources, so he wants to produce on here. He is going to need a wood and a hay, though, which he does have. He's going to produce efficiently. Is he? Because producing efficiently is going to get him 2 money. So it all depends on what comes out, really, because if he produces efficiently and the goods don't come out, he's going to have to pay these to basically he'll basically turn these into goods. Whereas if the resources do come out, he can use the wood as a production chain and get more down and then be able to play this as a building. But he has to decide, is this going down as a building right now? He's going to have to risk it, I think. He's put himself in a kind of a bad position. Okay, let's just risk it. Okay. So what's coming out in sunset? We just have the wood and clay. So let's see. Marty, he's getting extra wood producing, but he should have gone for the... Yeah, that was a little bit silly. Let's just say he went for the... I don't want to play so terribly for Marty. Let's say he went for sloppy producing, so he produced one thing, and then he'll give up his wood to produce another thing. He's still not got enough to build his building. If you don't have enough to build your building, it just goes back into your hand. No harm, no foul. And for me, let's see, we only had 1 stone and 1 hay, so I'm going to have to pay 1 each of those, which is a shame because I'm not going to be able to use my production chain. So let's just give those up now, and I get 2 goods on my cattle ranch. And I'm not building a building, I am hiring an assistant right there for 4, so 3, 4. And I decide right now, where do I want to place it? You can only have 1 person on each building, so I think I would like to place him there. So that's the end of that round. We can discard all this stuff. So Marty, he likes his hand. He's got something cheap there, so he needs to get something built, really. So do I want my hand? My hand is okay. So let's both keep our things. I draw 2, he draws 3. And so let's go. Marty's the active player, although it really doesn't matter. So no suns yet. There's 1, there's 2. And so what's Marty going to do? He's got the resources he needs, so he's definitely going to produce efficiently here. And he could put out, he's going to have 4, he's got no wood to give up there, so he's going to have 4 money. So he can build this or this. I think this is going to benefit him more because he has some hay and some fabric in his hand. So yeah, he's gonna build that. Okay, me, I'm kind of happy with that because that's 2 hay and a stone, and I have another stone in my hand. So let's leave my guy there. This, on the other hand, I could produce here as well. Well, this could be very nice. And I am going to play this as my building so I can start drawing more cards as well. So let's go to sunset. We have just a clay and another hay. Okay then, so Marty, he went for efficiency. He produces 2 there. He doesn't have any wood to give up, and he is going to build this mill, which costs 1, 2, 3. Me, on the other hand, I went for efficiency at the cattle ranch, which means I need to give up a stone, and I will do that from my hand. So I produce 2 on the cattle ranch, and I can give up hay to produce more. I don't have any. My assistant is here. I could give up 2 wood to produce a brick. Now, do I want to do that? I don't think I want to do that. That would leave me with hardly any cards. Let's leave it. Let's hang on to those cards. And I am building this market office here. So that's going to cost me 6, 3, 6. And that, I believe, is it for this round. And so this is going to need a huge shuffle for the next round. Okay, I accidentally shuffled my hand into the deck, so I suppose I have decided to draw completely anew. Marty has quite a hand here. I think he's going to hang on to that because he likes having that stuff for the mill he's just built. So new cards, we now each get 3 because we have a market office each. And let's get going with sunrise. So we have no suns yet. This could be another big round. Okay, there's 1 there. Lots available, lots and lots available. So there we go, there's 2 suns. So, to produce on the cattle ranch again, I would just need another stone. I have a stone in my hand, so I think I'm going to just stay there and keep producing this stuff. So I'm going to need that to be able to pay for the cattle ranch in case it doesn't come out in the market. So I will have 3, 6, 9. I can give that up to have 12 money, and then I could build one of these cooperages. But I don't have anything that produces these steel bars to be able to use the production chain of this. The butcher, on the other hand, works kind of together with my cattle ranch, but it does cost 15 money to build. And I'm going to have, let's see, I'm going to have 3, 6, 9, 12 on there. 13, 14, 15. I could pay for it. And this might produce, remember? Yeah, let's go for the butcher, because this could work together. I'm going to have to shift these a little bit. So my work is going to stay there producing efficiently, and I'm going to try and build that butcher. Marty, he is going to move over to his better building. He's going to produce efficiently. Let's see, he's got so many resources to give up here. What is he going to build, though? He is going to end up with 2, 4. Let's see, he's got a hay to give up, so 6. 6 money he's going to end up with. So he can't build that and get onto doing this. So 6, 7 altogether. That's a bit of a shame because he would like to have built another market office to get towards that assistant. But this seems quite nice. It's basically 2 money for 2 points, and it's a nice building there. So he's just going to build that and go a little cheap. Okay, and let's do sunset and see what resources we have. Okay, and there we go. Not very much at all. So for me, I went for efficiency there. I need to pay a stone, but then 2 goods get placed there, and I can give up hay. I will give up 1 there. That food factory costs 21, and that gets me another cattle. Then here, I have a stone, and only 1 wood came out. I would have to give up these 2 again just to produce 1 brick. I don't think that's worth it. And my building is this butcher, so 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15 to build that. So hopefully that works out, because I don't actually have any cattle now to butcher. So that's it for me. Marty, he produced here efficiently, so he doesn't have to pay anything, and he can give up hay, which he will do there. He's got 1. He'll give that up for grain there. And his building was this, that cost 2, so he'll just pay that. And there we go, we've each got 5 buildings now at the end of this round. So, this goes away again. I think Marty's first now. I think he's going to give up his hand. Yeah, because he still hasn't got enough to build the market office, I don't think. Yeah, he's going to give that up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's more of a mixture. That's a lot nicer. He's got some hay in there. And me, if I want to produce something at the butcher's, I'm going to need wood and clay, and that's exactly what I've got in my hand. So I think I'm going to stick with that. So we draw 3 each, and then let's do sunrise. So we have 2 wood and a hay, and that's it. That's all we have there. Okay, so Marty, if he was going to produce efficiently, he's going to have to give up a hay and 2 fabric, which he does have, and then he still is going to have hay to put down as production chain. And he could build this cheap mill just to be able to hire this assistant later. I think he'll do that. He'll go cheap. And he'll produce, yeah, he'll go for efficiency as well. And do I want to move my assistant? I can't afford to move my assistant, so let's stop thinking about that and go to sunset. Okay, that's nice for Marty, I think. So he has two straw there and a fabric, so he's going to have to pay another fabric from his hand. Let's pay this one. And that means he produces 2 goods from the deck, and he is going to pay 3 hay there and place it on the mill. So now he has quite a little pile on here. And for his building, he is going to build this mill, and that's going to cost 4, 2, 4. And so next round, he can potentially hire an assistant. As for me, did I not move my guys? I should have moved my guys. I didn't decide anything for me. Okay, well, that's a bit cheating because I know the result, but I did have the clay in my hand anyway to be able to pay. So I think I would have, yeah, I probably would have played it a bit conservatively there. Okay then, so for me, there's 2 wood out, so I'm going to have to give up a wood there. And there's 1 clay out, so I'd have to give up another clay. So let's do those 2. And I am just producing 1, but it is worth 7. And what would I make though? I would build this market office. Completely messing up. So I'll build this market office, but that is all of my goods entirely spent now. So for me, I like this hand, I think. So I'm going to keep that. And Marty, 6, he doesn't care about his. So he is going to draw 6 new, and then we get 3 each from the deck. And let's do sunrise. So we have just those 2, hay and clay. So what would I like to activate? I don't think I have the resources to be able to activate. I do have resources to activate this. I can't move my guy though to try and produce some cattle. Let's stay there and let's produce. But that means I'm going to have multiple. I'm going to have 14 to spend, or 7. So here, this would cost me 14 to play this. Although it does give me a chance to get an assistant, I don't need this resource for anything either. So I think I will build one of these cheaper ones because, let's build this, because then it'll only cost me 7 to build that 6, because you don't get change when you overpay here. Marty, let's look at him. He has a ton of cards here, and I think he's going to try and get this market office down. Is he though? I think this round he's just going to try and grab the assistant and get that out of the way. And he might as well stay here. He can pay. Let's see, he can't quite pay to make it. If he moves to this one, he can definitely pay to make that one produce efficiently. So that's it for our things. Let's go to sunset. And we have wood, clay, stone, wood, and the fabric there. So for me, I went for efficiency here, so I'm going to need 3 wood. That's okay. 3 clay. There is 2 there, so I'm going to have to give up 1 if I want to produce. That's what I need there. So I'm going to produce 14. I can't use the production chain because I don't have any cattle. My building is this cattle ranch, so I pay 7 to build that. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 buildings now. Marty, he went for producing here. He has the wood and the fabric, so he produces 2. And he will surely give up some hay if he has any. He only has 1. And then he's going to hire this assistant for 6. So 2, 4, 6. And he will put his assistant on this other mill. Okay. And I think that's the end of this round. So let's see. Marty wants to get rid of this and try and get hay. And then do I want my hand? I don't think I do. That's a bit better. I've got more use for that one than the one that gave me the fabric. So 3 new cards each, and let's do sunrise. Oh, yep, there we go. So that's all we have available this round. I think I'm going to move my guy to this cattle ranch based on what's come out now, because I can pay to make it produce efficiently, and it doesn't look like a great round for resources. Marty then, he could stay there. Does he have wood? He has a lot of wood, so he'll stay on this one as well. What will he build though? He's got a lot of money now. Maybe he wants to get, he's going to get this market office down, because then he's going to draw even more cards and he's going to be ready to hire this assistant the round after. Let's see what comes out at sunset. A ton of the same resources. Oh, there we go. A little different there. There's one sun and there's the other. Not that much available. So for me, I need 2 straw and fabric, which is out there. So I produce 2 cattle. Would I like to give up some straw? Yes, I will give up these 2 straw. And now I have some cattle for the butcher, which is quite nice as well. My building, I didn't pick a building, did I? Oh dear. Let's produce this, let's do this market office, which I probably would have done. So, I need to pay 9 for that, unfortunately, which is, let's pay 10 for it, because I would like to leave some cattle on here so I can hopefully just move it up to the butcher later. And then for Marty, he went for efficiency here. We got all of the resources he needed there. Oh, actually, this produces for me. Yep, I don't need to give anything up. And I can give up, I don't have anything on coal, though, to be able to do the production chain. So Marty produces 2 there. He doesn't have any hay to give up. But he also produces here just the 1. And then for building, he needs to pay 6, 2, 4, 6. And he has that 3rd market office. And I think that's the end of the round. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So Marty is a building behind, and we have 1 more round. And I am active player in this last round, if I remember rightly. Because basically, that's 2 money for 3 points there. That could be a very good investment indeed. So let's see, I have this hand. And as you can see from the things here, you have to pay 6 money for 3 points and all sorts of other things. So it is very good 2 money for 3 points. So I'm going to give up those 4 cards and grab some new ones. Marty is going to give up all of his cards. And let's go for sunrise. We have just a straw and a stone. So, do I have the resources to be able to pay for the butcher? I need 3 wood. I've produced 1 already there. 1, 2, 3. And I produce I only make 2 clay though. Do I risk it and hope that another clay comes out? And then I would get to produce 2 on the butcher here. No, I think let's play it safe, because I want to just turn all of this cattle into meat there, so it will be worth 7 each. So I'll play it a bit safe there. And for building, I am going to go for the assistant, because I think that's the best return on my investment. Marty, he doesn't really have a great place to put anyone. He is just going to stay on this mill, and what will he produce? What's the best return for investment for him? He could build, see, 2 for 2 points there, isn't bad. I think he's going to build this here because that's 7 money for 3 points, which is a nice return there. So let's see what happens in the sunset. And that's all that's available this round. Very, very small market phase. So for me, I was producing in the butcher, so I have 2 wood already. So there's my 3rd, and I need to pay 3 clay, but I get a discount of 1, so that's 2 clay from my hand. And I get to produce 1 meat there, but I can turn all of this cattle into meat at once. And now, since it's the very last round, I can use the production chain of all of my buildings, whether it was activated or not. So it might have been better to activate one of my other buildings, since the butcher was going to activate anyway. So we might as well send the wood to the char burner, because this is all useless at the end of the game. So I should have sent this hay to the cattle farm first, and then sent these to the butcher. And then this is no good for anything, so this can just go away. And I'm going to spend 2 money to hire this assistant for some more points. Okay, so Marty, he needs another wood and a fabric to produce here, which he's got. And does he have any more hay? He has 1 to pay there. I think he might be left with a lot of cards. And then this one here needs 2 fabric, which he doesn't actually have. So he can't produce there, but he can give up all of his wood to go on the char burner here. And then he can give up, how much charcoal has he got? 1, 2, 3. He can give up 3 clay to go on there. And then he's building this for 7, 2, 4, 6, 8. So only slightly better than if he'd kept all of the money, it would have been 10 money for 2 points. So let's see, the very end of the game, we convert money into points at a rate of 5 money for a point. And I think, based on this butcher pile, I surely have won this. So 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 43 money, which is 8 points and 3 money left over. And then Marty's, he has 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. So he has 3. And let's add up the points. So I have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 24, 26, 28, 31. Marty has 3, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 17, 19, 22. So a big difference there, but I think I messed up for Marty early on. You probably shouldn't spend all of your resources and put all of your eggs in one basket with these market offices. But that is Oh My Goods. If you'd like to hear what I think, then I'll put a link on the screen. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed that, and bye everyone.